Developing competencies. We can look at a model of competence development, and this model is called the provisional model. The model attempts to combine particular strengths as well as approaches for the reflective practitioner. And at the heart of the provisional model are four key components. One component is knowledge and cognitive competence, or in other words, the work-based knowledge and experience that we build up, the acquired knowledge that we build from experience. There's also functional competence. This is in relation to the reflective practitioner performing specific work-related tasks. We can also look at personal and behavioral competence within the provisional model. This is about how the teacher is adapting to work-related situations and the behaviours that they bring as a professional into the school environment. And within the model, there's also the values and ethical competence that we need to consider. This is about the teacher making appropriate, correct judgments about their role and responsibilities within the school. So these core components, these four core components within the provisional model are brought together under an overriding principle, or what we can sometimes call as a meta competence. And the meta competence, or in other words, this overriding competence to these four key areas, has particular components to it. One component of the provisional model is communication. A meta competence, an overriding competence for the reflective practitioner, is the ability to communicate with others. Another overriding competence, a meta competence, is self-development. Reflective practice is all about developing as a practitioner. Another overriding competence is about creativity. Remember, reflective practice is looking back at what happened in order to understand it and then make a change. And therefore, the reflective practitioner is, in a way, always experimenting in the classroom, always trying to find new and productive approaches. And therefore, creativity becomes a meta competence within the provisional model. The other two aspects of the meta competence are analysis and problem solving. The reflective practitioner does need to be able to analyze situations. So there is a competence about being analytical in terms of reflecting on occurrences. And because we are looking at situations in the classroom, there can be areas which need some problem-solving skills. So we can see five meta competencies here, five overriding competencies for the four core competencies within the provisional model. And we need to think about how all of these competencies come together, how the meta competence encapsulates the core competencies. And we can see this in the diagrammatic representation of the model. The meta competencies of communication, self-development, creativity, analysis, and problem solving are competencies which help the knowledge and cognitive competence, our understanding, our ability to build our knowledge through acquisition of experience. These meta competencies also help with the functional competence, how we actually translate our knowledge into means that the students can understand. We can also see that the meta competencies have a role to play in the personal and behavior competence. So in other words, the roles that we take on in the school and how these roles are communicated, the problems that we face and how we overcome those problems, how we understand those problems. And of course, the meta competencies of communication, self-development, creativity, analysis and problem solving have a very clear role in supporting the core competence of values and ethics, because as teachers we have a very clear moral duty with students beyond just what we're teaching as a subject.